The chubby stage. My father has always been extremely passionate about sports and exercise. It didn't matter what kind, as long as it was exercise and burned the fat off of his body. Until a few years ago, I was his chubby daughter. My father's obsession with burning fat and his quick temper often led to comments about my weight. If you keep eating like that, he would say, you're only going to get fatter. My reaction would always be the same. I would go to the bathroom or my room and cry. Then my mom would come in to comfort me. Your father was raised differently, she always said. He doesn't quite know how to express his concerns. For years, I just forgave him. But one morning, when I was 11, I couldn't. After slipping out of bed, I walked over to my parents' bedroom. The white wooden door was ajar, and I could hear my father's deep voice. Jessica's getting too fat, he said. You need to do something about it. I stopped moving and leaned against the door, taking care to keep myself concealed. As I expected, my mom defended me. All children have a chubby stage, she said. Jessica is fine. My father raised his voice to overpower hers. Then why is she fatter than all of her friends? Before my mother could answer, he started again. She is not fine. Put a bikini on her and tell me that she's fine. All I had ever wanted was to wear a bikini like all of my friends. I couldn't believe my father would say those things about me. This was my breaking point. I began to cry. It wasn't soft crying. It was loud, I can't even breathe crying. I ran to my room, no longer caring that they'd hear my heavy footsteps. As usual, my mom rushed in to ask me what was wrong. I told her between ragged breaths that I had heard everything. Being the overprotective mother that she is, she strode back over to her room and yelled at my dad. She's going to end up with an eating disorder, and it's going to be all your fault. I haven't said anything wrong. Let me speak to her, he said. No, I don't want to see him, I said as soon as she entered my room. All right, well, get ready for school. You're going to be late, she told me. Then she kissed me on the forehead. My mom held my hand as I walked into her room. I hid behind her at the first sight of my dad. I refused to talk to him. When he finally gave up and walked away, I felt a mixture of relief and sadness. The same thought kept repeating itself in my head. Parents are supposed to comfort and protect you from people who hurt you. They shouldn't be the ones hurting. The most painful part about the entire ordeal was who the words came from. Before then, I felt comfortable around my father. But after that day, it was a while before I could even eat around him again. I resented him completely. My father's critique of my body prompted me to adopt an extreme exercise regime and diet. My days were consumed by calorie counting and my need to lose weight. I was 95 pounds and couldn't lose any more weight. I began to eat more and exercise less. My mother constantly took me to the doctor to make sure that I wasn't underweight. After a few months, my weight stabilized and I could eat a meal without counting calories and wondering how it would affect my body. My father's comments had his desired effect on me. I lost weight, but they also had another effect. I lost him.